why the fuck did millennials act like that? Why was it so normal back then? If you take a time machine and you travel back to the past and you start acting how you do now, you're not gonna fit in. People were doing the corny shit, like ooh chipotle, ooh all that. I've seen it on my Instagram reels, bro. That one dude that keeps on acting like a millennial, yeah, I see him pop up almost every time I scroll on TikTok, bro. And every time I see it, he makes me cringe so fucking much. But it's crazy though. When you were a kid, your teachers probably acted like that. Older family members acted like that. There's people now who act like that still. That shit is so sad to me, bro. Like, no. Like, if I take a look, if I go right now and I look at millennial, I'm gonna just put, the fuck is that? Look at this shit. Look, millennial meltdown. Basically 2 types of millennial. 1 minute video.
Look at us. Our generation's been through the ringer. The 90s was the last burst of pure joy before the dawn of the digital age. We saw 9/11 live.
Talking too much.
So I just did a thing.
Look right there. You see that shit? Do you see that? I just did a thing. And look at her face right after. The zoom matters so much. The motherfucking zip. I just did a thing.
And what incarnation could that be, ye might ask? I bought pumpkin chocolate chip muffins.
Nah, man.
In true Hufflepuff
This makes me very mad.
fashion. Yeah. So it appears my hubby ate most of them last night while I was getting my beauty sleep. What the heck? But me does
What the heck? Boy, what the heck?
love my hubsters, so I won't be going too hard on him. Any hoodle, let's get these in my belly. Sniff test. First bite incoming.
It's like, bro, like this is some shit you just start watching, you start looking at. And the people who act like this now, my voice just cracked. The people who act like this now don't see the problem with it. They're surrounded by people who are yes men. You gotta argue with them niggas, man. You gotta expose them, bro. I've known some people in my life who have encountered them, bro. I'm thinking they're normal. I see millennial humor. I gotta bring it up. I bring it up every fucking time, bro.
What do you like about Court?
It's cold! It's kind of hard for me to be happy.
Why? No, that's my problem. That's my problem, though. Why do they think that acting like a toddler is so adorable, is so admirable to act like? Like, you think you're gonna get the niggas like that? The hoes gonna fuck with you? You think the kids gonna fuck with you? You think your family's gonna fuck with you if you act like a toddler and you're grown as fuck? It'd be them Disney Channel women. Bro, if you seen the average fully grown white woman in like 2015, 2017, maybe 2010, wow, they love Disney. They were Disney fanatics, bro. They did it. Oh, they were over the top Disney fans, bro. To the point where it was annoying. I did not like that shit, bro. In the fucking slightest. It pissed me off, bro. It got to the point where I didn't want to turn on Disney Channel. That's part of the reason, not the whole reason, but part of the reason on why I'm a Cartoon Network dick rider till I die, nigga. And then you have the male ones. That's mostly the toddler shit is mostly the females. The male ones, they act kind of like I'm looking at him. It's those niggas. How do I put it? It's those people who own burger shops in downtown. Overpriced burgers. You know what I'm talking about. The ventilation showing. Niggas know what I'm talking about, bro. They look the same. The beard covering up the recessed maxilla. No jawline. Kinda obese. Not too obese. They're just performative, my nigga. Just lame. They're a clone. I hate that clone shit, bro. Let's see this.
Why do millennials look like this?
Yo.
They'll typically have facial hair, a big grin on their face, with a t-shirt that's either
This is the males. I gotta see this.
ironic or has some joke on it. In fact, this look, for lack of a better term, is almost universal across millennial men.
Bro, like,
For
nigga.
lack of a better term, is almost...
Oh my gosh, bro. Like, does this not piss you off? Does looking in the mirror not piss you off? When this man gets up, he puts on his little colorful emoji necklace. He got a mullet and that. Nigga. He doesn't get mad, bro. He thinks this is
most universal across millennial men. But why is that? Why is this look so popular? I think it comes down to one main concept, which is insincerity. Millennials, for whatever reason, seem to be allergic to the idea of sincerity. You can see
Yo, he might be a philosopher.
this in movies and games where the characters that they write all have like these kind of snarky quips.
That is true. Millennial niggas love being snarky as shit.
Where they're not really taking things
Them quips are unfunny as fuck.
seriously, and everything has to have like a little one-liner or a zinger at the end.
With us wherever we go. I'm sorry, but that's seriously? In your heart? That's the most cornball thing I've ever heard you say, Pac.
That bit right there is one of the corniest things I've ever seen. Probably like top 15 if I'm being completely honest. There's a whole bunch of corn out there. But this was bad.
Wherever we go. Really? Really? That's what...
They think niggas are gonna be at home playing the game, dying at that little dialogue, bro. That's not funny, my nigga. The same thing with the quarry. For niggas who've played the quarry before, a whole bunch of bullshit. A whole bunch of cringe, bro. I hate that shit.
A lot of the slop that comes out of Hollywood, AAA gaming studios and so on, has this theme of insincerity. Like, they can't help but write characters to be insincere. But it goes beyond that. I think it even extends into how millennials represent themselves. Now, to be fair, Gen Z, there's plenty of things to complain about with them, but I think with millennials, their insincerity is quite unique. Because if you see boomers, like the way boomers present themselves, they kind of play it straight. You know those ridiculous boomer t-shirts?
The devil saw me with my head down and thought he'd won until I said, Amen.
You see, where it's like some skeleton or Grim Reaper holding a shotgun. Like,
Bro, I used to see shit like this when I was little. Like, bro, there were certain kids. There was this one kid, Isaiah Dooley, bro. The nigga, I don't remember if he wore shirts like this, but when I think of shirts like this, I think of him for some reason. I don't know why. But it's something about people with this shirt. I know they're like gonna say a curse word to me and just tap me like, oh, you're cool with that? Or like something along those lines, bro. If you know, you know.
sincerely believe this is cool. Like, they're not faking it. And then you have Gen Z, their broccoli haircut, which is what they're most known for. They're playing that straight too. Like, they sincerely think that is cool. But it's with millennials that they don't really commit to anything. And to give an example, facial hair. Millennial men often...
Bro, they just let that beard grow. Gut out Discord mod, bro.
have facial hair. It's kind of weird to see a millennial man that is clean shaven. But the thing is, it's not because they love the idea of a beard that they think it's so cool to
Disgusting.
have like this
It's because they have no jaw most of the time.
masculine feature to your face. In fact, if you say something like men should look more masculine, they would like bristle at it. They don't genuinely appreciate the look of a beard that some men obviously do.
You see this? This is some hard shit, bro. Most of them niggas be having that slop.
They kind of grow their beard ironically. They don't put their heart into their facial hair, is what I'm saying. And then you have their clothes. Like, they love the idea of a ironic t-shirt. Like the boomer t-shirts, they might wear one, but ironically, like to poke fun of it. Like, they want to be like a
Like, what are we talking about?
walking joke like that. Or they'll just straight up have some printed tee that has some silly joke or innuendo or something on it.
Politics is dumb.
But they won't purposefully try to present themselves in a way that they think is cool. The only reason why I can think that they would do this is because they're definitely afraid of being made fun of. It's like...
That is true, bro. They want to make jokes so bad. It comes from overthinking.
Like, they are like hyper social and like they're definitely afraid.
Holy fucking shit. Look at this piece of garbage. Garbage ass nigga. Soy boy. Grown ass man. This nigga easily is 40 plus. Shall pass. His whole life is jokes, bro. God damn. If I make fun of myself, less people will make fun of me. Yeah, it comes from insecurity and overthinking, my nigga. If you stop thinking so much about bullshit, you could be putting that shit on.
Afraid of someone making fun of them for whatever reason. They really don't want to commit to something to the point where someone could say that they're cringe. They kind of want to always be half in, half out. A good example is like the mullet haircut. You know, there's plenty of like YouTube.
Yo, iDubbbz, bruh. Oh hell, this nigga had that bullshit.
Whereas like particularly kind of lefty YouTubers that have this kind of like mullet
Holy fuck.
hairstyle with like the mustache. It's not because they love the idea of being some 80s working class guy. Like, that's not what they really appreciate. They kind of have that haircut ironically. Like, the ironic thing is, like, in the 80s, if you had like a mullet, you were kind of like an edgy dude. Like, you had some edge to you. If you're in the 80s and you see some white dude with a mullet, you know that there's a bit of substance to this guy. He's probably in a trade. He's going to be making politically incorrect jokes. You know, these are the guys that wouldn't be able to get a corporate job. And now you see a guy with a mullet walking around today.
Like a sissy soy boy bitch!
All of their talking points are going to overlap with what a corporate
HR is about to fire you.
HR department would say. Like, they're not going to say anything that's going to blow your mind. They're some of the least edgiest people on earth. If you go up to some millennial guy with a mullet and a mustache and one of these ironic t-shirts and ask, what is your most controversial take? What's an opinion you
Niggas got no controversial takes.
hold that is the most outspoken? I guarantee you what they are going to say.
That's something about a person. I feel like every person should naturally have controversial takes to them. If your personality doesn't garner at least a couple arguments, I don't know about you, bro. Unless you're like almighty peaceful, I don't know. Even a peaceful ass nigga starts arguments. I don't know, man.
Is something that you would hear from any Fortune 500 HR department. It's gonna be so humdrum. So they're not really a rebel, are they? They're not really this rebellious character. Again, it's being insincere. And all of this, I think, is to convey this idea of being non-threatening. It's kind of like the opposite of thug maxing, where guys will go out of their way to look tough or dangerous. A lot of millennial men take the opposite strategy and try to look as non-threatening.
Yo, this is some bullshit. Why would you ever want to look like this ever in your life? In any stage of your life, would you ever want to look like this nigga? Hell no. I can't imagine anybody saying yes, so why would you look like this? Look how you... No one wants to be this. You gotta be who you want. This is just you trying to be like a... I don't know. If you were an animal, you would be a bunny.
Threatening as possible. And despite this effort to look non-threatening, I guarantee you these guys aren't going to be honorable dudes that will stick up for you. If you ever get cancelled or,
Shit,
you know,
yes.
you're under some heat.
Them niggas is flaky, bro. I'm telling you, niggas got no substance, bro. Social warriors.
These guys will be
Look at this shit.
the first to throw you under the bus. They'll just run away from you like rats scurrying a sinking ship. You know, you can never really imagine any of these people having some great loyalty to someone. Again, this goes back to this concept of insincerity. They're not really non-threatening. And
Oh my gosh, yo.
goes back to this concept of insincerity. They're not...
I remember seeing this nigga so much back in like 2016. Wasn't this the same nigga that did like a 360 punch or like a 360 kick? Some bullshit. Just a fucking cornball. Look at this. Look at this soy boy right here, dude.
really non-threatening. In fact,
He had a flower in his hair.
a lot of
In his
millennials
ear.
will stab each other in the back if it means that it will abscond them from taking some heat. They're very much untrustworthy despite their appearances. And of course, like, this is not all millennial guys. Like, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of millennials that will like hear this and be like, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. What I'm saying doesn't apply to them. But there's enough of these types of people that if you've been in the workforce, seen something from Hollywood, or played a AAA game recently, you'll see how these people think, and they are allergic to sincerity. Speaking of facial hair, why do some men look so much better with a beard than others?
see what
I
I'm
made a
talking about?
video about it that you can check out on screen here.
Oh my gosh, Andrew Tate looks disgusting without a beard. Like a rat. Holy shit.